Hi there. Welcome to the first month of the Nomadic Owl Oracle's first time to do YouTube. This is going to be for January of 2019 for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. This can apply to the sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're not familiar with what signs you have, you can go to Cafe Astrology and check that out, or on Google. I'm not too familiar with what the best sites are because I haven't done that in a very long time. However, I do want to recommend that to you if you would like to check for your sun, moon, and rising sign, because this does apply to that as well. So this is a general reading, which means that it's not going to be specific as far as love, career, finances, anything like that. What I am focusing on is whatever messages Creator and guides and spirits want you to know at this time for the month of January. Another thing I want to point out is I don't put a timestamp on my readings. So this could apply prior to January, during January, or after January, just to let you know. The timing is fluid, and if you're watching this at this time and it's resonating, then it is for you whenever you watch it. Another thing that I want to point out is if you would like a personal reading that is more specified for what you have going on in your life, please feel free to contact me on here or on my Facebook page, which is the Nomadic Owl Oracle on Facebook. And I offer 8-card spreads that include whatever choice of cards you pick out from my selection that I have. That's going to be $20, and we go over any questions and answers that you might have, things such as that. Now, I know that the video quality is not the best at this time. I've had it pointed out that it looks kind of like a Godzilla movie. So please bear with me because this is my first month. This is something new to me, and I'm doing my best to work out all the kinks at this time. I am still a little bit nervous being on video because this isn't something I normally do, but it was requested, so that is why I opened this page and started it, so others that needed this information or felt that it would help them can have it whenever they need it. So another thing that I want to point out to you guys is I do cuss, so at times I might say cuss words during a reading. If you are not okay with that, then I would highly suggest to click off prior to your reading. I am not going to censor what I am being told at that time. You know, I am clairaudient, clairsentient, and also clairvoyant, so sometimes I'm given messages that I'm supposed to say, and people may not fully like that, but I tell you what I'm given at that time, okay? I'm not like other readers. I don't follow a certain procedure or schedule or any, like certain layouts or anything like that. I do what my intuition and my guides and the Creator tell me to do at that time. So if that's not your style and that's not something you like, then I apologize, but that's me, and I'm not gonna not be me. So another thing I want to point out, guys, is with my readings, when I do them, I specifically focus on the energy. I don't focus on, per se, a man or a woman. I focus mainly on the energy. Unless I say, hey, this is the man, or hey, this is going to be a woman, something like that, then it's just fluid. It would be something that applies to a situation or an occurrence, anything like that, okay? So I do want to point that out to you guys because some people are like, oh, well, there's a woman in the card and I'm a man. Dude, that doesn't matter. It's energy. So keep that in mind as well. So the first thing that I do, I've already shuffled the cards. I meditated over them. I prayed. I did all my normal things that I normally do. And I did it off camera so I could sit with the cards and read what it's telling you and be more thorough when I do my reading. I don't like being thrown into a situation without first observing it, because I want to give you the best reading I possibly can at the time, especially if it has information that you're needing that's going to help you. My main goal is to help people, so I just want to point that out to you as well. So I am going to get started with your reading, and at the end, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to let me know. But for the month of January, the overall that you received is the 3 of coins. Okay, so this card right here talks about, you're starting to build your foundation. You're at the very beginning stages, but you're seeing, the progress in general. However, you have it in the reverse. So it's saying that something isn't going quite how you had planned it. This is the overall for the month. Keep that in mind. Something isn't turning out the way that you expected it to. Yes, there might have been some progress in the beginning, but now you're at a point where it's at a standstill. And you're just kind of like, this isn't going like I thought it was going to be. This isn't what I thought it was going to do. You know, this isn't how I thought this was going to be. So you're having to be honest with yourself and look at the circumstances and the situation and see it for what it completely is. I do also want to say, if you hear like some weird sounds in the background, my dog is chewing on a bone right now, and it's just to keep her calm while I'm doing this. And I apologize about that. Hopefully you don't hear it though. The next card that you have is the Queen of Coins. And so this is a really good card to have, okay? This card speaks of someone. It could be a man, it could be a woman. Someone who is very compassionate, very intelligent, very smart, very loving, very caring, very giving, very helpful. You know, it could speak of a relationship. It could speak of a partnership, or, you know, having something that has your back. Somebody or someone or something that wants to be there for you, to nurture you, to help you, to, you know, guide you through whatever circumstances you're currently going through. After that, you have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is talking about you're moving away from conflict. You're moving away from whatever in the current that has caused you to feel unhappy, that has caused you to feel like you're not being fulfilled, that you're in a constant turmoil, that it's just like, whoa, what the fuck is this? You're just kind of like at a point where you're like, okay, I'm getting in my boat and I'm riding the fuck up out of this shit because I'm done. You know, like, I don't know what this was, but that's not what I wanted, and I'm out. So that's what that's talking about. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just keeping it real. After that, you have the Page of Spears. So the Page of Spears is talking about, you know, being able to be creative, being able to see ahead, knowing that like good things are going to be coming into the situation. You're focusing on the future, not on the past, because you just let the past go. You're moving past that. So whatever happened that caused you, you know, you thought was going to be a really great thing that hasn't quite progressed or turned out the way that you expected it to, you're now moving past that because you have this alliance or this person in your life that is showing you that, hey, you know, this circumstance or whatever is not what I wanted it to be, but I could have more with this other situation or person or relationship, whatever the hell it is, okay? Just being real with you. After that, though, you have the Eight of Coins, okay? So the Eight of Coins is talking about, you know, you invested into something and you thought it was going to go one way, and it's just like totally not at all what you expected it to be. And now you're kind of in this spot where you're just like, fuck this, you know, this is not my thing. And I just got to move on because I'm not progressing in this. I don't relate to these people. I don't relate to this situation. I don't belong here. I deserve something else, something better. And that's what it's talking about. So maybe, for example, I'm going to say it definitely looks like possibly a job. Or, you know, maybe you were going to school for something and it didn't turn out to be what you wanted it to be. Or it could be a relationship, you know. In the beginning, you thought it was going to be really great. But then, you know, some change of events have happened and it caused you a lot of chaos, a lot of stress, a lot of worry. And you're not being given what you feel that you deserve, what you know that you deserve, what you're worthy of. You just kind of hate your current circumstances or where you have been, so you're leaving it behind because you know that there's better out there. You know that you have the guidance and the protection that you need, and you're looking forward and focusing on that because you're done with this other situation. This other situation is like a dead end for you. And if you stay there, you're just going to be miserable, and you know that. So that's why you're focusing on moving forward. So at this time, what I'm going to do, guys, is read from the book the actual meanings of the cards. That was my intuition. That was my intuition into what the actual cards mean from what I'm picking up on and the storyline that I'm gathering. But also I read from the book, like I was just saying, because I want to make sure that I give you all the information possible so that you know whether this is for you. And if it's for you, then you will hear the messages that you need to hear whenever I do both of these things, okay? So I'm just trying to give you a thorough read on this. So this first deck that we used was the Game of Thrones Tarot. It is one of my favorite decks that I have. It was given to me by one of my friends, and I really love it because I'm new to the tarot. I'm learning. I'm a student and I'm trying to study and get more familiar with tarot. I've always worked with the oracle prior to this, so this is something new for me. The reason I like the Game of Thrones tarot is because I know the storyline. I watch the show. It's one of my favorite shows, honestly. And so when I see these situations, it gives me a better feel for everything, but also like the meaning, it all just ties together and it flows for me. So with the Three of Coins, what's going on there? With it being in the reverse, it has a different meaning, like I said. So in general, the meaning of this card is projects, property, acclaim, and early success. But with it being reversed, it says this card shows unfinished work. This may literally be a stopped building project or a project that can't succeed due to the lack of interest or poor scheduling. So something that you invested in is just not taking off the ground. It's just not going, not flowing. It's blocked. Like you didn't think this was going to happen. You assumed that it was going to be better, and it just hasn't been. After that, though, you had the Queen of Coins, which I was telling you about, is a very good card to have in a spread. The coins are all about being grounded, being able to be stable, having the abundance that you need to be happy and fruitful in a situation. Her meaning is affection, love, fertility, and abundance, also with help. So it says, generous and highly intelligent, this queen appreciates life's natural pleasures. She enjoys work that is hands-on and that directly benefits others, from cooking and gardening to environmental work in public office. Applied to a situation, the card signifies fertile ideas and also financial support. It can also predict love, marriage, and pregnancy. An additional meaning is a close relationship with animals and nature. I really like this card. I feel that it's a very good card to have because it's saying to you that, you know, whatever the circumstances, whether this applies to a person or a situation, it's a good thing that's in your life. It's something that is going to make you realize just how fucked up that other situation was. So, like I said, it could be a job. It could be, you know, something that you're passionate about, a love relationship, something like that. But once you have that and you see that, you're going to realize that, whoa, why the fuck have I been wasting all my time on this other stuff? Because it's not even worth your time. You know, you just thought that it was going to be, and it hasn't panned out to be what you wanted it to be. After that, though, you have the Six of Swords. Bear with me one second, guys. Okay, so the Six of Swords, it says the meanings are safety, peace, and moving on. It says the upright shows you that it's time to move on after a time of stress and conflict. You may take a physical trip away, step back from a stressful environment, or shift your perspective to find peace within yourself. Overall, this card reassures you that order will return. You may also make a valuable discovery that offers a new perspective on the past. So this is talking about, you know, being able to step outside of your personal feelings and being able to see something for what it truly is and letting it go. Because when you see what this truly was and when you realize how fucked up this other situation was, once this new thing comes in, or situation, love, relationship, job, whatever the hell it is, whatever that is, when that comes in, you're going to realize, whoa, man, I need to get the fuck away from this other thing. This other thing is not serving me. It's not what I need it to be. So that's what it's talking about. The next card that you have is the Page of Spears. And the Page of Spears is, you know, also a good card to have because it's talking about movement and being able to proceed forward in a situation. The meanings of this card is good news, creativity, ideas, and friendship. It says, as a person, the page is a young individual who's male or female who is enthusiastic and talkative. Applied to a situation, the card means good news and often shows a young situation, such as a project in development, particularly in writing and the arts. And it says you may connect with old friends at this time to talk about new ideas. So this is So this is also a very creative and sociable time. So you're trying to figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, how you're going to move past this other situation to get to where you want. And so maybe you're talking to your friends and family and people that you like their opinion and you like to have their opinions on situations and being able to move forward into whatever direction you're choosing to go into. After that, guys, we had the 8 of Coins. And bear with me. Okay. So the 8 of Coins, it says the meanings are apprenticeship, perfection, and reward. However, keep in mind that you did have it in the reverse. So in the reverse, it says you may find yourself chasing the dollar, but hating the work that you do. An additional meaning is being or working with people who don't share your values, or choosing a course that isn't right for you in the long term. So, whether you're involved in a job, going to school for something, or a relationship, you're starting to realize that you're not on the same level with whatever it is. And you know that for what you're wanting to bring in, for what you're wanting to do in your life, you have to release this. So now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the clarifying cards that I pulled. They are from a different deck. I will give you my intuitive take on them, and then I will also read the meaning to you about these, okay? So this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. It's one of my favorite decks, and I like it because it very precisely clarifies situations. It could be general, finance, romance, or protection, like if you have some bad shit going on, just saying. So today I am only going to be deciphering the part that is the general part, just to let you know. And so the first card that you have is the Why, okay? So the Why card is talking about sitting and understanding and trying to look at all angles on a situation to understand why it happened, how it happened. What was the purpose in this? How do you move forward from that? Why am I in this situation? What can I do to move on from this situation? It's that type of situation where you're sitting there, you're in your head, and you're trying to figure out, okay, yeah, this should happen. It's time to move on. Where do I want to go now? What do I want to do now? What is my best avenue? Whoever that Queen of Cups is, whatever that Queen of Cups is, it's a very good thing, and I would highly suggest moving towards it because you have really good things coming in, okay? The next card that you have is the Loyal Heart, okay? So the Loyal Heart is one of my favorite cards. I mean, it has owls on it, and it's awesome. But anyways, the card is talking about, if you're a good person and you do good things and you stay loyal to your beliefs and what you want to bring into your life, eventually that will come into your life. That's what that Queen of Cups is, or the Queen of Coins, excuse me. That's what that is. That is being drawn into you by your energy, by what you have put out there into the world. You may not have received it yet, but know that if it hasn't came in yet, or they haven't came in yet, it is on the way. They are on the way. You have a loyal heart. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be where you're supposed to be. So this other situation that isn't for you, it's time to let it go. After that, you have TikTok. Okay, so TikTok is talking about, timing and everything. We might want something to happen now because we need now, and we don't want to wait, and we don't want to have to stop what we're doing and all this stuff like that. You are currently being divinely guided. And I know sometimes I hate it hearing this shit too, but being divinely guided, you don't have a choice in the matter. Whatever is intended for you by the Creator, by your guides, is what's about to happen. You don't really have much control other than you walking away from what's no longer needed. You're learning your lessons, okay? You're being shown the things you need to see. But you have to work through this to be able to get to where you're trying to go, okay? So now I'm going to read from the actual book what the meanings are of each card to give you a more thorough, information onto these, okay? So for the Why card, okay, it says the meanings are motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. The Oracle's message is there is great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, you feel it, and then you act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So ask yourself, why do I need to walk away from this situation? Why do I need to let this person or this job go? Why do I need to change the way that I'm going? Why is this new person, job, or path available to me? What is the best action to take at this time? What serves me? What serves my desires? What gets me to where I want to go? Okay? And then after that, you had the loyal heart. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so loyal heart, it says, stands for fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. The oracle's message is, evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove that they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are internally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. So it's saying that, yeah, man, this might have been a shitstorm, and you're like, man, what the fuck, right? Because you're just like so disappointed in the situation. It's just a bunch of crap, you know? You are going to have good things happen. You're learning the lessons you need to learn. You're seeing the things that you need to see before you can move on to this better time for, you know, your situation, for your life, for whatever makes you happy, man. That's what it's talking about. You're pursuing the things that make you happy, the things that you feel that will fulfill you and give you the prosperous life that you want, okay? That's what it's talking about. So then the last card that you have was TikTok. And TikTok is talking about, the meaning is saying that it's timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. Okay, so we've had divine timing brought up in this like 3 times now. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's been mentioned. So whatever you're going through was in divine timing. It was something that was supposed to happen for you to get to where you need to be. Just keep that in mind. The meaning in the oracle's message of this, it says, when humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life that you desire. So release your agenda, let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now, and always show up when you need them, right on time. So keep faith. You know, whatever the hell just blew up and what's going on, you are working with divine time. It is going to sort itself out. You just have to believe, and you have to push forward and let go of the shit. I mean, it's plain and simple. I hope that this reading helped you guys. Again, if you would like to get a personal reading for something more specific for you, please contact me on here, by my email, or on Facebook at the Nomadic Owl Oracle. If you have any questions, let me know. Until February, I won't be back on here unless I do like a mid-month, which I'm considering. I'm not too sure about that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great January of 2019, and I'll see you in February. Thank you.